Right, we are back. I'm back on the wheels. So, as I'm back on the wheels after a week off of walking and running to work, or I'm running from work, I thought I'd do a quick rundown of why I've been off the bike and how different it is now as to how it has been, in case anybody's interested in that side of things. You never know. So, I'm back on the wheels. Had a bit of work done on it. If any of you have seen a recent episode, well, you probably might not have seen it yet, but I filmed a recent adventure episode and it was a weekend away, quite interesting, and it's quite a long ride, well, longish ride over a weekend, and 10 kilometers into that ride, my back brake completely and utterly failed. And my front brake was a bit dodgy as it was, but I was hoping I'd get away with both of them for the weekend because I hadn't had a chance to get them fixed. Anyway, I managed to ride that whole weekend on a single front brake, which wasn't working particularly well, and it was a gravel ride. Yeah, that was fun, let's just say. Anyway, it made it a bit more interesting. So, in the meantime, as soon as I got back, that was a priority, get the brakes sorted, and I haven't got the time to do it these days, quite honestly, especially not messing around with hydraulic brakes. So, I put it into a little guy I know who does this sort of thing pretty well. We got on well. He built my wheels. So I thought he is the man for the job, and I explained to him everything that's gone on. He'd done a bit of work on something else not long ago, so he knows the bike. Anyway, I threw the bike at him and said, look, I need all this, this and this and this doing, this and that doing, and he got it done. He also did my partner's bike at the same time, so he had a good bit of work out of it, and I was off the bike for a week. I ramble over. So let me take you through what I've had done, a lot of updates that have been long overdue, and I finally got around to it. Starting off with some fat rubber. Here we have some Hutchinson overrides with the old G, what does that mean? Graphene technology, I think. Now, I've had these for over a year, believe it or not, which is another story, because I put them on for another sort of gravel adventure ride last year, almost a year ago to the day. So I bought them for that. But it's a complicated story. They didn't arrive in time. They arrived like the morning that we were due to set off. So I was really in trouble. But luckily, up my attic, I had two cheap old sort of off-road style gravel tires that I've had for, well, 8 years, easily 8 years sitting up there. Cheap things, they were 12 quid a pair, remember it. So I quickly had to throw those on the morning of the ride last year, and they've been on ever since. And to be honest, they're a bit heavy, but they were brilliant. I had like one puncture in the last year, and that's what you get. So I had these since then, because they did arrive, but it was too late to put them on. Now, I thought I'd bought tubeless ones, because I wanted to go tubeless. And in my haste to buy them, I didn't get tubeless ones, so these are not tubeless, which is a bit annoying, because I wanted to go tubeless this time round, but I messed up, because I was rushing it a little bit, as we always do. Anyway, these are the Hutchinson overrides, 700 by 38. I actually originally bought 700 by 35s, but I sent them back when I had more time, and I got these 38s instead. So 700 by 38, it's the biggest tires I've ever had on a gravel bike, cyclocross bike of mine. You can see there's plenty of space in there. For them, I can go a lot bigger if I want to, but I don't really want to go much bigger. But for what I do these days, which is mostly, mostly road adventure and a bit of gravel here and there, this should hopefully help me out. On that weekend I talked about, I hit a lot of soft sand, and it was really tough on those 32s I had. I couldn't cope really. I had to get off quite a lot. Whilst my mate on his 47s, he had massive tyres, he was sort of cruising over it all. Anyway, so I'm gradually making my way up in sizes. So we'll get there. So that's the biggest thing, is the biggest tyres. And these are the wheels he made anyway. They're really nice, really smart. So I now have a working back brake, and I now have a working front brake. And you'll also see I now have new bar tape. But I did that myself. I did that after I got the bike back. I'd ordered the bar tape, and I put that on eventually, because if you remember the other one, it was completely scuffed and worn. I finally got around to doing that. I took the old Wahoo mount off because, well, I wasn't using it, and I'm probably not going to for a while. So I might even get a different computer next time around. And pedals. I've gone for some, I always go for these type of pedals. I used to buy the Shimano A530s, double-sided, single-sided, is it? I don't know, single-sided. Yeah, single-sided. So they were always great, rock solid. And the last time I got pedals, I got some Xpedo, I don't know which model exactly, and they were fantastic. When I first put them on, they felt brilliant. They felt really, really solid underfoot, on the platform. They were the lightest weight that I could get in the sort of mountain bike style, if you like. And they've been great for the last, what, how long have I had those? 3 years, something like that. But eventually, they became a little loose. It felt like they'd lost all their grease or something, and they were making that irritating clicking sound because there was some play. And I didn't like that. So I spotted these, not overly expensive, I don't think. They were like 45 quid or something. These are Shimano EH500, yeah, PD EH500s, perfect for me. Grip for when I do occasionally ride with some flat shoes. And of course my SPD style clips in there. I'm going to have to adjust those. I just noticed on this is my maiden ride in this setup. Incredibly loose. I mean, you obviously start them off loose to make sure you're not overly attached. And my shoes are in trouble. Look at the state on these, so I really need some shoes as well. But anyway, I put the cleats on that went with them, came with them, and I think it was this foot. Yeah, this foot. Inside, where you've got the little receptacle of the bolt, I sheared it off. Yeah. But luckily, you've got 4 mounting positions, and I moved my usual position as far back to where it was, and I was still, and to be honest, I don't really notice any difference. It feels okay. I'm probably within 2 mil of my original position. But yeah, it's the first time I've sheared a bolt off, which is not surprising. These have had a hell of a tough ride. These shoes, what shoes are these? LG, Louis Garneau, not expensive, you know. So that's worked out okay. Is there anything else? No, I think that's probably about it. So I'm set for adventure again. So I can get back out on the streets and do more adventuring. Now, with a tiny bit more comfort and bigger tyres in my Hutchinson overrides. I'll let you know how I get on. And that's it. Quick video. 0 editing required. I'll see you out there on the next one.